Hi guys, welcome back to Nioh. Today we're going to start the day off with the Iga Escape, and this is kind of the Iga clan hideout. This whole region is really, so we're going to be navigating through the best we can, really, to get through this. This one is got a lot of hidden paths actually, and a lot of crazy areas, so we're gonna do our best to find everything, but I can't guarantee that we will. Early reports said that many of Mitsunari's men lie up and wait ahead. There will be trouble if they find us, William. I suggest we take an alternate route through this mansion. It should get us to Sarunga sooner. Don't worry, I grew up around here. We won't have any problems crossing through Iga. Iga province was the domain of ninja clans until Nobunaga invaded it in 1578. In his campaign to unite all of Japan, the ninja clans resisted fiercely, eventually requiring a infuriated Nobunaga to marshal an enormous army for a final push 2 years later. The campaign was utterly ruthless. Nobunaga's men slaughtered as many civilians as they did ninja, burning villages, temples, and shrines as they went. Survivors described the experience akin to peering into the depths of hell itself. That sounds brutal. So hold on just a second. Okay, so I do actually recommend that you have a enemy sense on if you have it, or Kodama sense, because we might need both. But as you can see, here's the first shrine right here. This will be a massive shortcut actually, and you can see there's a glowing green crystal going on, much like those that the Amyo mages were using. But yeah, this area has a lot of ambushes. As you can see, there's already enemies behind here, and they're not going to wait for you to discover them. They will pop out at you and start attacking. There is going to be a mechanic we'll talk about in a little bit, but as you can see right there, we have a guy waiting to ambush us. So he might ambush us right now. Just be careful. You can see there's a guy with a longbow right there. So I am not going to chance getting ambushed. So we're just going to take it nice and slow. So you can see that guy is now down. I think the rest of the guys are up top, but there is a trap over here. See right here, there's a one of those flaming arrow traps that you round the tile right here, and then so be careful. There's also collapsing walls. These guys do like to team up. They do like to team up quite a bit, actually. This area right here is a shortcut door. We'll have to open it from the other side. There's a treasure right here. But we can go around the wall right here. Watch out for the floor. You'll notice the floor looks a little bit different in some places. As soon as I find one, I'll point it out. Okay, so we've gone full circle. So there should be a ladder up here. Hey, there's Hanzo.
先へ進めぬと忍びの屋敷ならば隠し扉があるはずだ。この部屋をくまなく探してみよう。
Okay, so you see right here the swivel, the circle. So this means that the wall will rotate. So watch out for that on the floors. And there will be other stuff as well. Yeah, there he is. But there will be other things as well. So over here is a nice treasure for us. But you can see there's a ladder down here. And that's the shortcut door. So now we can go this way. And there's another shortcut door. You do actually progress to the top. You actually have to walk off that ledge to get that item. But you can see an Amrita Fiend up there. But it's still a shortcut because now we don't have to go around. We can just go up top. The floor will collapse in certain spots, like I said. So let's take care of this guy. Okay, got rid of there, rid of Fiend. So right here, you may notice that the floor looks a bit different. That will drop you right on that trap tile where the arrows will shoot at you. So, and then you just walk off this rock right here, and then you can grab this item. There's also a hidden room. Let me just put on my Kodama sense briefly and make sure that I'm not missing any of the little guys here. There's one. But I will swap between those two, probably a lot in this mission, just to make sure I can help you guys find as many Kodama as possible. But enemy sense is wonderful. It is a really good one to have. I like to try to get it on my armor. That would probably be the best case scenario. Over here, one of these is collapsible. So this is a secret room. Has a cute little Kodama. It's got some treasure for us. There are enemies in the next room, but more importantly, yeah, we got the second door. So, enemies can also use those rotating walls. So, don't think that we are special in that case. As you can see, nice giant yokai tied to a crystal. So the door does not spin this way. So we're gonna have to take this guy out. There is another enemy. The door does spin this way, though. And there is the giant green crystal we've been searching. This is the way out. I believe it has a... I believe it has a banner of a giant frog. Just over it. We'll hit the shrine in a second. But now that the crystal is gone, we're not gonna worry about stuff all that much. The enemy's actually above us here. And this way is progression as well. See, this is where we fell through the door. So basically we would go down this way and then we're like, oh, okay. In case we didn't see the door, so we just took a shortcut. Got the crystal, but yeah, that thin painting or tapestry, whatever it might be considered, was right here. So there's a Kodama right there. And this is a shortcut back to the first shrine. Okay, so we can hit the first shrine. Now we don't have to go through the house again. Not on this side, anyway. There are lots of enemies just kind of hiding in the grass. As you can see, there's a nice Kappa right there. Lots of free equipment for us. That's beautiful. Normally those ambushes would be terrifying, but we knew that they were kind of here. Yep. Yeah. Oh, come on. Now that, I'm calling BS on. We were locked on him the whole time. This will be a shortcut in a minute. Okay. So the other two are up here. And there is one before him, so... So we hit that one through the railing, but we couldn't hit the other one through the shrub. And you saw I got the poison buildup status. That is not a regular shuriken, that is a poison shuriken. Which, actually quite handy. So... we can actually hit this. You see, he is tied to the crystal. But as you can see, we are also being shot at over here. He's tied to the crystal. Ouchie. There is a shrine right there, though, so... You might as well hit the shrine first. And then we will level up, and then we'll go take out the crystal. So we're going to continue putting our points in dexterity. They will not be wasted there. one more just for good luck, I guess. So this guy is just going to continue to shoot at us non-stop. As you can see, he does quite a bit of damage. There should be a Kodama right here. But we are at least halfway through the level already. So being able to lock onto the crystal from a distance is wonderful. Let's see if we can actually lock onto it. So I recommend Super Scroll if you have it. Where are... So we're just gonna drop down in here. There's a Kodama in that crate. And then we're just gonna light up that crystal. Don't even worry about the yokai. And then there's a shortcut. So you can't really do anything about that. You can't get back up from here without running the whole thing again. Or we can just try to see if I have a travel amulet. Have a few. We're just going to use that. It's basically a warp back to the shrine. Okay, so go two ways here. So first, you'll notice that this thing is upside down. And there's another area over here that we can't access yet. But this is going to be a massive shortcut when we do get it. See, this is kind of locked. So instead of going through that area again, we will just come down this way. But this room, we have to flip it upright now. So, as you can see, there's spikes on the floor. So be careful not to hit those. You can kind of hear bats and stuff fluttering. Those are actually spiders, if I'm remembering right. But basically, we have to do a little bit of a different challenge here. There they go. There's spiders. So just line up your drop as best you can. But see, there is one of our Iga Ninja clan. Or at least it's Hanzo's clan. They haven't accepted us yet. So. But you can see that there is spiders everywhere. So this is weird, but you can stand over this and pick this up from the other side, which is great because that's a free ninja skill, so might as well get that extra point. Not that we don't have 87 of them, but it never hurts because you never know what skills you might want. So he's gonna come around He tried to rush us, but that didn't work for him. So basically, we're gonna go in here and we're gonna flip something, and then it's okay. This gives me a chance to show you what happens if you accidentally fall down. So we might as well take out that other spider then. But yeah. Occasionally you do get knocked down. Or I've just even been walking and just fall down that. Like that. But this very much is a gimmick level. There is gimmicks everywhere. But right here, we should be able to open this door. And you can see that there is frog statues that actually is important. And somehow destroying this is what causes the next area to rearrange. No Kodamas around. And you see the doors are shut tight. Now when we open them, yep. Now we're on the roof. And now that is the floor. So 12.2 and 12.2. 12.4. Okay, so that one's slightly better. You can just kind of walk off the ledges. Just be careful while you're doing so. You can't really walk around this pillar, so you do have to drop down at some point. You can die from fall damage if you miss your platforms. And then there is always that. So, as you can see, there's someone that is not happy with us down there. So, we are going to go this way for a second. Oh, see, we can, there we go. Now we can shoot. That's better. The best way to do this, I think this is the larger platform here that we need to go on. Be here, and then try to walk off the ledge here. And then we are going to have to fight this dude. So heal up. I have enough Storm Kunai for this, yes. Now you see spiders on the ceiling. Okay. So we did get that spider. You would have to fall from the roof. There's a hole in the roof up there to get that item. So now the spikes are on the floor. So if you want to do that, you need to lure them away and climb up. But as you can see, you need to ride these spikes all the way up, so just dodge past. And then while this is rising, that's your opportunity to grab. But you need to eventually, like, you need to drop it. The item you don't pick it up. You drop the spikes again, and then you get it while they're rising. And then there's one platform, and there's two. So you drop down from here. Here's another treasure chest. Oh, a shinobi box. So I'm gonna put this back on. And then you just kind of line up your drop and drop. Okay, and we got some yokai water pots, and we're gonna head this way. This is the shortcut door to the shrine. So now we're done with that. We don't have to do that again. So we might as well hit the shrine and restore our stuff, and then we will come back down here. But to me, this is one of the coolest levels in the game. It's just so out there, and the problem solving is actually a challenge in some aspects. And it's just like, wait, what? And there's just so many hidden compartments and all these different things that can really throw you off. Like, there's a lot of swiveling doors in this mansion. Let's see, like, here's one here. You know, like, where do I go? It's a dead end, and then you find another one right here. And you're like, well, how do I get to the treasure then? And then there's a Nurakupe right here. Calm down, calm down. And so he has a Nurakupe. Did you die to the Nurakupe for his friendly behavior? Fine, I'll be aggressive then. Okay, I am oh, you know what? I did do friendly and then aggressive. I didn't do neutral. That is my bad. But Kodama here, plus a hot spring. I don't know if there's any other of these little guys around here. Let me double check. Kodama sense. Huh, there is one. He's got to be in the roof then, or on the other side of this wall. But yeah, see how many compartments this thing has? There's a treasure in here somewhere, in a wall. See if there's any more enemies out there. But yeah, just so many swiveling doors and paths you can take, and it's quite interesting how it works, really. So there's the Nurakupe. There's another way over here. Should be another crystal around here. That's the end of the level right there, I believe. And see, and he popped out at the last second, so that was pretty close, right? But oops. I mean, I meant to do that. Totally. I was showing you guys the trap. That's what I was doing. 100%. Did not forget it was there. This one, and then we take the one over here. Right, there we go. There we go. But here's a hot spring if you need it. Luckily the Nurikubes do not respawn. Now totally do not step on this. Also, let's get rid of this while we're here. And you see that also killed the guy on this side that used the door. But that's a trapdoor just for us. And you see here's the entrance here. So. And this should be the boss fight right here. I think so. So I need to do... Yeah, we'll get slow on him. Yep, giant frog. As you can see, he is strong. So sometimes it is good to die to the boss just to learn its moveset, and then sometimes it's even better because now I can quick change scroll and there's not going to be a cutscene. So I can automatically go in with an edge and dodge his attack. And then now I can slow him down. And I do mean slow him down. There we go. So sometimes I do. Sometimes actually dying to the boss is easier than fighting it outright. And then come back, and when the cutscene doesn't play, you know the attack is on. Kind of like you remember in the second level, that lady that instantly charged you and insta-killed you. There is a lot of that in this game, so.
化けて出てまで説教か。親父殿も変わらんもんよ。
Yeah, that's right. That's Hanzo's teacher. That's awesome, right? He learned ninjutsu from a frog. I can't believe Shima Sakan was the only one. Oh, wait, I can't believe Shima Sakan was the one who did this. Now that we know Kelly and Ashita are working together, we must find Lord Ieyasu as soon as possible. Okay. A Fiercer Flame unlocked. Way of the Warrior Veteran unlocked. Way of the Ninja Veteran. Nice. Way of the Amyo Veteran. So we did get Withered Grass and Yokai and Memories of Death Lilies. And then we also got lots of dojo missions. So I might as well... I see I don't have the weapon proficiency, but I do have... or the Amyo requirement for that, but I could do the Way of the Ninja for you guys next, and then I'll work on the requirements for these two. Those are optional missions, of course, unless you want to multi-class and do an everything build, and I just stick to the one that suits me. But a Fiercer Flame right there is also a side mission here. So, let's go ahead and we'll do the Way of the Ninja Veteran for our next episode, and we'll have that out shortly.